Welcome to the Running Network Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Hi, I'm Jenny McCafferty here with Olympian Tim Broe. Tim, you had quite an interesting road to get to Athens this year, not the least of which was winning the U.S. trials but needing still to make the qualifying time for the 5K race in Athens. You went to London. Tell us what happened in London.
2 weeks after the trials, headed over to London for a big Grand Prix race, and basically it was my one shot to try to get the time to make the team. If it didn't happen there, it wasn't going to happen. And they had some big stars in the race, and I tucked in and just held on for the ride. And with about a mile to go, and I felt pretty good, and I went off on my own and got the time by 3 seconds and made the team.
And that was a personal best, and it was 13:18 something?
Something. It was under 13:21. That's all I cared about.
Right. Well, what were your feelings after that, realizing you really now had your ticket?
It was kind of anticlimactic because after winning the trials, I knew it was just like I had more work to do. So. And I knew I could do it, and it was more if I didn't do it, I'd be disappointed than a real joy to make the team. I'm happy to get the monkey off my back.
Yeah. And then you had a couple of weeks, and actually your race was one of the last ones. So you had quite a bit of time. Tell us what it was like to actually get to Athens. What was the experience like?
It was mass confusion. I just, because I had made the team last second, they weren't really expecting me there, so I had to kind of organize my own travel to get there, and nobody expected me there when I got to the gates, so it was kind of like, surprise, here I am, and they were like, who are you? But it all got sorted, and I got in the village, and then it was just a lot of waiting. Like you said, it was I was the last race on the second to last day, so it was 3 weeks of just sitting around waiting to race.
Now, a lot of us waited around and really hoped to be able to see the semifinals, the first race. And that was a really good race for you. Tell us what it was like to be in the stadium and about that first one.
It was fantastic, especially after all the waiting and all the anticipation and finally getting out. And we had to walk, after you check in, we walked through about 600 meters under the stadium through a tunnel to get out into the stadium, and you kind of pop your head out, and all of a sudden there's 80-some thousand people cheering and screaming and doing the wave, and I was just standing there in awe, and the flash bulbs going nuts, and it was an awesome experience.
Now, you had some supporters in the stands?
Yeah, I had, while the first heat of the 5K was going on, I was doing stride out in the backstretch, and I heard a big scream, Broe, and looked up, and there was my mom and brother, and then a whole bunch of other people with him, and my brother's got the American flag on as a cape and a beer in each hand, screaming with his Tim Broe t-shirt on, and I was the only guy that was smiling down there on the starting line. Everybody else was just so nervous, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
And did being relaxed, do you think, help you run that heat?
I think so. I mean, I knew what I was capable of, and I've never I think I don't usually get nervous, other than the trials this year, which I felt like I was going to puke for about a whole week. But I don't usually get nervous. I know what I can do, and I just I have confidence in myself. So, but I had a lot of fun out there.
Well, you had a really good race. You ran faster than most of the people in the first heat. What was it like to know what time you had to hit to make the final?
I think that helped big time. One way or the other, I was going to run the last mile hard. That was Coach Warhurst and my plan. Is if it's slow, I'll run the last mile hard. If it's fast, I'll run the last 800 hard. So I knew the time standard. With 3 laps to go, I knew I had to run 2:59 or 3 minutes for my last 3 laps, and I just went to the front and did it.
And we didn't get to see you because NBC didn't show your heat. They showed the first one. But we did have a chance to see you run in the final, and that was fun. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, after making the final, I mean, everything else is just gravy. So once again, I was just out there having a good time, and it was out really ridiculous slow, and so I wasn't feeling too hot. I knew on my warm up and stuff I wasn't feeling well after having a hard semi like I did, but it was either go to the front, get my face on TV and get dropped, or sit in the back and get dropped. So I went to the front and got my face on the TV for a while.
Yeah, you led it for a lap or two there.
Yeah, I was running next to the world record holder and just kind of laughing to myself, waiting for the crap to hit the fan.
What was it like afterwards? Has your life changed now that you are an official Olympian?
It doesn't. A lot of people, think that it does. So I know maybe it does in a lot of people's minds. There is a big demand for come speak at classes and auditoriums and Tuesday night grandma potlucks and stuff like that. But other than that, it's I'm chopped liver. It's back to the drawing board. 4 more years now. I gotta wait.
And so you're out training, and you're looking forward to Beijing in 2008, and this time you'll know what to expect, won't you?
Yeah, and like I told a lot of people said, "Oh, you're going to take a long break after this," and I said, "No, I got 11th place. I mean, I was in the Olympics, but 11th place ain't crap. So it's back to the drawing board, and I'm out back training to get myself ready for 4 years from now."
Well, Tim, we'll be following your journey, and this time it'll be a different kind of Olympic dream, and we want to congratulate you for making it. Thanks.
Thank you, Jenny.